So this morning, I decided to call a press conference with all the media platforms so my voice can be out. First of all, it's concerning my registration process and the irregularities. So I'd like to share with you that here is a certificate for registration for a party, but it is a provisional certificate. On the 12th of September 2023, we submitted all the forms and the requirements that is needed for a citizen of this country to form a party, so we can also become a part of our national governance and contribute to the development of this country. As per the EC's own constitution, an application should receive a response not later than 7 days upon the application. There was a banker's draft that was also released and cashed. But that 7 days came after 12 September, and this certificate never showed up. We wrote a letter to follow up. And then on, we still did not get the response. On the 30th of May, after 6-7 months, we got a call saying that the application would be ready. And I think sometime in June, finally, the application, the certificate, which is provisional, was ready. Now here's the problem. If you get this certificate, you have to go through a gazetting system. You will be vetted by the EC, and it will take 3 months. So after the 3 months, before they decide to give you the license, in this case, we were prepared with our movement company as well, just in case we were delayed. That's exactly what has happened. After 8 months of putting this registration through, we'll receive a provisional license after 8 months, which makes it very difficult for us to risk another 3 months of getting the actual license before we can proceed as a party. Completely makes it impossible for the new force. And therefore, I'm here to announce that the new force plans going forward is to run as an independent candidate for this year, 2024. We believe that if we have to wait for 3 months and we're guaranteed to still get this license, we wouldn't have 2 months to even campaign or market for this party. I want to assure Ghanaians for one thing, I will keep on proceeding for this party after this elections. At this very point, the new force, ourselves, the team, and all the people that have been a part of this believe that is a great idea for us to go ahead with the independent candidates. Now, in the past, I know that a lot of people haven't been successful being independent. But the one thing that freed Ghana from the imperialist is independence. That's how we started. So the one thing that I believe would relieve Ghana from our political principles, which is undermining the nation's development and the country's development, is independence. Today, I courageously stand here and say that I would be able to get onto the ballot based on us serving or submitting the right requirements by EC, and we would make a big difference. We would make history in this very coming election. Thank you. I'd like to share the plans with you. In light of the obstacle we're facing with our party registration, I'm announcing my intention to run as independent candidate in the up-and-coming elections. The fight is personal to me, but my neck is out for you. I have lived the struggles of everyday Ghanaians. I have felt the weight of poverty and the sting of limited opportunities. This is not just a campaign. It is a revolution for a prosperous Ghana. Running as an independent allows me to continue my mission of bringing economic freedom. I like to repeat this word. This gives me the opportunity to bring you the economic freedom. What does this entail? 3 things, and I want to align that with you. It's equity, equality, and empowerment to all Ghanaians without being hindered by bureaucratic roadblocks. Our movement is about unleashing the immense minerals and human wealth of our nation. We will no longer be held back by outdated systems or entrenched interests. We are building a movement out of the moment, and that would fundamentally transform Ghana, instilling in every Ghanaian a great mindset of democracy, ambition, and entrepreneurship. I'm here to join you so we can build our personality and build a new mentality. My commitment to the people of Ghana remains unwavering. I will fight relentlessly for our shared vision of a prosperous, united, and empowered nation, regardless of the challenges we face. This move is not about me. It's about ensuring that the voices of Ghanaians are heard and represented in our governance. We will not be silent. We will not be stopped. This is my small speech to let you know and to assure you that I took this decision, not because I just want to be a part of whatever that is existing in this country, but I took this decision because I want to be courageous enough to stand with you for our voices to be accepted, for us to be a part and the power that governs us. We need to be the ones who will be responsible for the leaders that we choose in this country. And for that note, I ask you to stand with me throughout the struggles. We have 5 months left. The 5 months can make a huge difference. 5 months can be the new change, a new reformative, redemptive revolution that will change our political principles and move away to foreign influence, which is undermining our national governance. The future should not be dependent on us. The future should be prepared for our children. For the ones who are coming are the ones that we need to prepare Ghana as a new Ghana for them. Whatever we have been through, these mistakes, we should learn from it. These lessons, we should grow from it. But just to remind Ghanaians that a first mistake is a mistake, but the second one is a decision. And our decision has to be right to help this nation. Thank you. For China, we share the language, Mandarin. For Singapore, we share the language. For Dubai, we share the language. For Africa, the Cabrofo. Now you're in your language. Don't say there's a problem with that. But I've also seen an advantage with that. The problem is that if you are different casa, if you are 10 and 20 and 30. So the different languages no. Si me share cranino and teach you. It's me expressing. Say me share training so na me agbenia. Also to me expressing. To share. Profuni adie bakwa. Ababaye national language continental language. You wait me the express here. It is a yamrena. And Tiasia bit my bar, you bit me use our brofona. You soon when Yansa Semu. You soon, Sir Brofono, when Yansa Semu. Now, Mukrano Mwabantino, or Mu say policies na Yakano, Yansa womb, because media minim said, possibly near or chairman Brofono, why mistakes or chairman? Because maybe the power of my governance and how I will use that same language to influence our continent, that will bring me the power that my own tree language cannot do. But I do respect my language and I do respect all dialects in the country. And I think that there will be a day that if they're not able to speak the tree or the Ga in parliament, there should be some sort of translation, even if you're watching on television, that would be able to translate what they're saying to you so you can understand. There's been almost one couple. That was it. The next questions I will be saying. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. My name is Bernard Kedaze, Oyoba Television. I have a couple of questions, but I will ask only one. What is your stand on the debate surrounding the free SHS program? Should it be abolished or reviewed? Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, I'm not here to judge a policy, whether it should be abolished or it should continue. But I think that as a country, we have to have the structure and the planning to be able to give free education to our people. The question is, can we afford it? Because free education will probably come from tax people's money or our reserves. Say we grew and we have a minus. Our GDP says 75 billion, but we can't get 3 billion. We have to go and borrow it from IMF. That means there's a big vacuum in our economy. And this problem should be looked at so it can support the decision that we've taken to give free SHS. And Tisa, ABR, the cost of it, the kids will have 3 months education and they'll go and stay home 3 months. They'll come back and they'll stay home 3 months, because when you budget what it costs to give a nation free education, it's really high. That means your turnover also should be really high. I believe that if Ghana has exporting power, see, the way to build your economy is to have exportation power, where you export a lot of goods outside. So people's economy will come into your country. If you take your money to go and import goods into your country, you're sending your economy to those people. And so the same government, if it decides to give free education, it means that avenues that is producing revenues in the country and causing a circulation and bringing profit into the governmental system to cater for that. And they could have problems. So it's very important that we look at how our developmental agenda in this country is, the benefits that is bringing, the profitability schedules, and then apply economy of scale so we can expand education in our country from that angle. Besides that, I also think that if we educated our people, whether it's free or paid for, please educate your country about what is in your country. The minerals in your country is important. The governance in your country is important. So what the value of gold is. Common also be made to go. So what it does with an irrigation system that would feed our agriculture, and the agriculture is the same food that will do the processing, which will give us the exportation power once it's processed. The agric is 1, the culture is 2. The culture is to process it. Now the processing is being restricted. If you don't have this education about putting plants and putting the things in place that will process these things and package them so you can put them on shelves, or you can put them in warehouses and people will load them in containers like Americans are doing, like Indians are doing, like Europeans are doing. That is the education that we need in our country. We have to add it to our academic curriculum. This is a very free education free this, free this, free that. But we encourage school now, and whatever free education that we're giving our children that we're going to get benefits from, will be if I reach it, about the apple. That's what I meant by exporting talents. We export our talents out and we import our products in. The product that we're importing came from the resources, the mineral resources that they extracted from us. So all we have to do is to put industrialization in the equation and everything changes. Everything. Obano, Ombie school, and Kobie. Because you create millionaires, you create entrepreneurs, you create governors, you create leaders. Now, Opia, we are developing a group. Develop your group. And develop your own partners or taxes, for disabled, they cater for them. So the value of the country grows. When you put your nation first, your country automatically grows. Automatically. When you disregard your nation and you think your country is rich and you start to trade your resources, country and the people will suffer. And that is torturing humans. So free education can be good if we can afford for it and if we can let the people learn about our resources. Thank you.
Let me have a few comments to make on free education. It's been there since 1957, but not the way it's being implemented today.